Hello and welcome to episode 2, race 2 at Monza. Let's jump in now and let's see how I do. At the back of the grid I start.
Hello there and welcome back to Imola, home circuit of the Scuderia Ferrari. We expect to see a lot of local supporters in red today. They've all turned out for what we have every expectation of being a sensational event here at the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. 3.1 miles of track here at Imola, featuring 19 turns, 9 to the right and 10 to the left. Remember that Imola differs from most other Formula One circuits as it's driven anti-clockwise. Let's hope no one forgets that today. The exit from turn 18 will probably be the setup for many of today's overtakes, leading as it does into the longest straight of the circuit and its only DRS zone. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
Well, the throttle goes both ways, Crofty. You've got to have the discipline not to try and win the race on the first lap. So always be prepared to lift early and give those around you more space. Trying to be the last of the late breakers with half a dozen cars around you may pay off from time to time, but it's also a great way to lose your front wing.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Perez, Charles Leclerc and Sainz, Norris, Ricciardo, Gasly and Sebastian Vettel, Fernando Alonso, Stroll, Esteban Ocon and Raikkonen, Giovinazzi, Tsunoda, George Russell and Mick Schumacher, Latifi and Walker. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head to trackside for today's race.
This is our engine supplier's home Grand Prix. Let's give them a race worth watching.
Okay, let's start the race. Let's see how I do. 3, 4, 5, 4, and here we go. Guys, one on 4 cars. Leave it to 3 cars. A little bit wide there, it's okay. The setup I've got is a setup from when this game first came, well, the race came first. There. Let's start that again. I got the setup from when the circuit came onto the game a few weeks ago, and I need to look for a new setup because I am struggling for speed, and Yuki Tsunoda hits the back of me.
The side pods have taken damage. You may start to pick up a little drag.
Really, Tsunoda? Yeah, I can feel the drag would definitely. That's just disgusting by the AI. Unnecessary wear. Now I'm gonna be this is gonna hit my race even more now. I don't know. It's just terrible. Tsunoda's stronger than inside of me. I'll push him off. Hopefully I'll go into the pits with phantom damage, because the damage mod on this game is somewhat unrealistic. When the cars go in for no damage and you look at the cars on the replay, and there's just no damage there, and I'm like, really? But on this circuit though, the damage is really bad going over in curves. It's a chicane. Oh, I am catching. I think that's Pierre Gasly holding up the pack. It should be Pierre Gasly. No, back end's just gone, and flashback. Yeah, I'm using a flashback because that is just unrealistic on the curb. And I lose the back end. That you don't see that in Formula 1 very often. The game's like 2010 curbs. They'll just spit you out at the wrong time in a turn. They don't really look into this game. The
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Yeah, before Jeff was chewing me off. Yeah, the Cody's and the EA have made the curves unrealistic. You spin out on a curve. You don't see cars spin out on a curve very often. Like I say, this reminds me of 2010, with the curve being so ridiculously high it spins you out. I don't mind getting damage if it's legit damage, but when it's...
You've taken damage to the side pods. Expect to feel a little drag.
Yeah, they need to look into the game for next year with the curbing, because the curbing is unrealistic at times. So, yeah. And now I'm getting floor damage even worse. I've got Schumacher behind me. I'm not going to let him go. I'm going to hold him up. We're equal in this because there's no first or second driver at Haas. Since it's now Mazepin and Schumacher are both rookies. But I'm just going to do what I do best. And that's finished 16th. I need to finish better than I did in the last race from yesterday. This is... I've got no... Oh my god, I've used overtake for all this. That's my bad. Schumacher's now just gone. I've used overtake in that lap completely. Totally gone. But, lesson learned. It's all good fun. I've got 2 change on my car, I believe. Let's have a look. Side pod damage. Got front wing damage slightly. Yeah, there's a bit of a sharp bite on there. Real bad damage there. Can I go? That's the way. That's the way I want to go. Yeah, you can see the damage on the floor. Yeah. All I gotta do now is limp home and call it a race. 17th, better than 20th. Where I've started.
We think the underbodies incurred some slight damage, but nothing too serious.
Underbodies, yeah, Jeff. Underbody has caused a lot of damage. These curves. I'm too aggressive on the curves. I have to be a little bit more easier on the car, shall I say. But I'm an aggressive style driver. I just want to get this car chucked into the corners, and I've got to realise it's season 1 cars, and the car ain't there yet, and neither is the setup. Like I say, I've got to work on the setup because I could just previously said, oh, I've got a setup coming up when this circuit came out a few weeks ago.
This is your final lap of the race.
But yeah, I'm on the final lap now. It's a bit sad, you know, another long race. So I thought I had 16th in the bag, and then I'll go down to 17th, and I thought I could take 15th on Giovinazzi, and just look at the difference of the pace. So from Schumacher to me, I should have let him go earlier, but I tried to play the long game, and if he did overtime, we try and get DRS off him, and of course that failed. But it's a lonely race. I've only done this race. This is my third time doing this race, so I ain't gonna grumble with a season 1 car of Haas. Next season on my team, I should actually be a little bit better, hopefully. than what it proves here. But you know, Valtteri Bottas wins the race. GG to Valtteri Bottas. At least I ain't last. I'm just a little bit sad that I couldn't do anything else. I think if this was a 25% distant race, I would be out of the Grand Prix, legitimately. I'd be lapped one lap down, I'd probably be about 19th. But checkered flag, fair play to the team, fair play to the car.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
Max Verstappen driver of the day, fair play to him.
And Mercedes have pulled off a great victory here today. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, this was a real team victory. They put together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection. A shining example of how F1 really is a team sport.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Max Verstappen should be pleased with his performance, making gains at the top of the table. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Max Verstappen seemed to just effortlessly weave through the other drivers today without a care in the world. He was definitely my driver of choice.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. It was a tough race for our championship leaders who lose ground at the top of the table. There was also a strong showing from the Mercedes team today as they make their way up the standings. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
I'm a little bit disappointed in that one, but room to grow. Next couple of races, be stronger, be faster. Gotta do everything right.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. You gained a lot. You're breaking all it.
I
You
hate
lost
breaking
your
no
teammate.
exceptions.
Appreciate your time.
Nearly. Oh, I want to claim level 2. Nearly level 3. Hey, got them on right. What we got? Facilities. I ain't got money. R&D points really. I'm just gonna upgrade the durability. That's all I can do. I can upgrade that. I can upgrade that one. Nice. Can't do that one. I've only got 92 points. Well, I hope nothing else fails because I've only got that many points. How much money have I got? 25k still. I don't know.
Our new parts have completed without issue. They'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend.
Right, thank you very much for joining me on this race, and I will see you in the next one. And remember to share, subscribe and all that good stuff, and I'll see you next time.